Alright, we have Aaron Roy, and what did you do last weekend?
To place
Alright.
at the Philadelphia ARG Circuit.
Alright, and what did you end up running?
Hero, Warrior, Gouki,
okay.
Clip spell deck.
A lot of warriors. No,
Yeah,
Alright.
it's my custom deck from my childhood.
Move out the way. Alright, so you ran, what is it, 60 card Gouki?
Yeah, 60 card Gouki with a bunch of like dark cards and engine, like a bunch of starters.
Okay. What's your reason for running that over like Trick Star
or Pure Sky Strike or like even standard Gouki?
Like standard Gouki can't consistently go second without opening a hand trap. So you either have to choose to play 9 to 12 hand traps and then lose to every other deck going second that's not Gouki.
Oh, what's your Furman?
Yeah, yes, yeah. It must be nice. Like, and then like the Sky Striker Gouki deck is like nice and plain Jane. It can play through cherries, but loses to all the other hand traps. So I wanted to play a deck that didn't lose to either of those and could reliably place second. And had a powerful normal summon. I wanted to have access to 1-card combos instead of 2-card combos.
Okay, all right, let's get into the deck.
So these are realistically the worst cards of the deck. I don't like. I realistically don't like playing like a high Gouki count, so I try to come down as much as possible. This is probably cuttable with a 1. I didn't know what to really put in its place, so I thought like drawing another normal summon was fine. And this is the best one to draw because it's really just Goblinbergs. So it ties with Kandina too, so I thought it was important to play that one at 2.
Okay.
Because I was indecisive what would take its place. Engine requirement. I played a small level 3 package, even though I'm not particularly a big fan of these cards. I don't play MX Saber Invoker, but this can be summoned from the deck off Fizzles and lets you figure out what your opponent's playing in game 1. So you win the dice roll, you get to figure out if Gumblar or Extra Link is the appropriate play, and you get to force out a hand trap. If not, just take it out of their hand. And this is an inherent summon that requires no setup. So I said I'm not a fan of this card at all. But I felt like the games where you like normal Armageddon Knight and it would get hand traps were more mitigatable if you special this and then normal this. So it warranted the slot. So there's nothing else I could have realistically played. And then these are the best cards in the deck. 6 cards that send this to the graveyard. These are really bad to draw together, but the power of this package is just way too high. You literally get to play through, Whaler, Permanent. You get to play through typically like 2 to 3 hand traps by playing this package. To a point where like hand trapping this is more impactful than hand trapping this Solar Summon Sorceress. So I'm a really big fan of this package.
I can't afford my kick-out annual.
And then 2 additional dark targets for Armageddon Knight. And these are just cards you can add off his soul. You can't add this off his soul because you can't banish it for its effect, but it's an extender that you can summon for your deck when you draw the malicious too. So when you normal summon Armageddon Knight, you have no other Gookis and no other extenders in hand. You can send this, and later in the combo, you can summon this off his soul by sending 3, and then link away for Summon Sorceress and banish this for the trap card. So you have a target for the Summon Sorceress. And you can summon a Gouki from your deck, so you have a card in rotation. And then you still have 2 Malicious to summon from your deck. So that was really good. You actually have access to a powerful normal summon. Well, I feel like any other Gouki deck that's not FTK doesn't have anything like that. So then I play like a bunch of hand traps to not trying to lose going second. And then when you do get hand trapped, you want to have hand traps to their turn. So I think these are the best in the format. I'm not a fan of impermanence because it conflicts with Shade Brigading. This is like okay because it's good against everything, but like less impactful in the mirror. This is heavily impactful in the mirror. I don't know why people don't play this card. And this is the card that stops the Gouki turn. You can get punished and get Gumblar'd when you resolve this, but their turn's ending. They're not extra lucky. The best they can end on is Gumblar. They can resolve Gumblar, or they can end on a Trigate, like a live Trigate. But that's a lot better than like what you normally see them do. So
yeah.
I played a bunch of like generic extenders too. I played 3 Instant Fusion because Raijin's broken. 3 Engage because it searches the generic token generator. Which is really good because it lets you play going second and it lets you make Summon Sorceress when you get cherried. Because on a Clock Taker Link Rebo combo, it's very good. And I played like 6 really powerful cards that kind of deal with your opponent's hand traps.
A lot of people don't know what this card is, so can you explain this card?
Right. This card reads at the start of your main phase 1 or 2. You can activate this card, so you can't resolve terraforming, then activate this card because it's not the start of your main phase. But this card says the turn player's monsters cannot be destroyed by card effects, and neither player can target each other's monsters with card effects. So it's really bad after turn 1 if you get hand traps, but it turns off Ogre, Impermanence, Veiler, and it makes Gamma less impactful because you still keep the monster on the field. So having a warrior on the field is still strong because if it's facilitate, like if you leave Isolt, like if you Gamma Isolt while this is on the field, they literally have a warrior. So if they have any generic warrior extender, they can make summon sorceress, which kind of like mitigates Gamma in general. So this is really strong. I only saw it a few times. Top 4, I just went activate, special, the junk 4, No More Again Tonight, and the only card he had in hand was Ogre, so that was pretty good. And this is like, I don't think this really needs explanation. It's a combo deck, so.
We're playing a draft.
And 4 equip spells. Whatever. This is the one that pops set cards. So like junk or instant fusion going second is really good with this card because against Sky Shaker or Trickstar or Altageist, you get to gun 2 cards with this, so it's pretty good. And this card's subject to Ogre, but ogreing this card, if they're ogreing this card, they're not ogreing any of your actual power play, so it doesn't really matter. And these are 2 generic extender cards. This one's just Prem, but his effects are negated, but it gets banished for release field. So it's really bad with the Gouki cards, but it's really good with all the other extenders. And this card's insane because you can discard Malicious from your hand and summon any lower monster from the graveyard. So that's really strong. Then I played a bunch of like power 1-ups, Monster Born, Rhoda, 1-for-1. This card's insane because you can discard Malicious or Boots. Soul Charge. This is kind of the reason why I don't play the deck, because like Standard Gouki can't play this. This can either be a card to facilitate rematch if you don't have enough Gouki, like if you don't have 2 Gouki's different names, if you hard draw this, or like get Sky Shaker the Blade Shark Cannon to mitigate their reborn cards. Plus this can send Boots or Malicious, so it's always a generic extender. And a rematch. This card's a brick. Some people play multiples. But you're playing 60 cards in a lot of different engines, so you want to like minimize the number of bricks.
Did you side the second rematch, or did you just run?
Just one. I felt like the deck had enough engines for like going second. Like this was not like necessary to have multiples of.
Okay.
I guess like Mind Crush is the only reason why I could think of like playing multiples. You're not grinding this deck, and I kind of like the extra deck. Kind of like reflects that you're not trying to grind with your opponent. It's either you have game that turn, or your opponent can't play. So I thought it was a consistent strategy. And then Shade Brigadine, because this is like a warrior dark monster that you can summon just by setting it and flipping it. It's searchable off Boots too, which is sendable off Armageddon Night, or you can just summon it from your deck. So it's pretty good.
60, right?
Yep, 60 cards.
Okay.
Not messing around.
Right.
Not trying to draw multiple. I'm not trying to draw too many equips. I'm not trying to draw malicious. There was a lot of people playing like, I think Michael played like 42 card Dark Gouki with like malicious and stuff. I'm really not trying to, like, I lost every game I drew 2 maliciouses, which only happened once because I played 60 cards. You're really just trying to mitigate drawing all these engine cards that aren't playable when you draw multiples of them. So
Yeah, we had Destiny draw. We draw no motion. No,
I'm alright.
Yeah,
So for Instant Fusion Attack, I played Raijin. I didn't play Invoker, so Dragoness was not like a consideration. And this is good going second. And you can like Monster Born Soul Charge this, and it's an actual trap monster. So Kagri, because the Sky Shaker cards, and this facilitates the Summon Sorceress combo. Like if you get cherried for a soul, you turn the token into the Kagri, add back the token, turn any of them, turn a normal summon and that into this, and then these 2 become Summon Sorceress. So this is really strong. That happened game 1, round 1 of the tournament. I got cherried going first,
Yeah, I'll roll against
and
you.
I still extra linked him. The only difference is I couldn't end on the Cerebus, but it didn't matter because if you really discard a card like Cherries from your hand, your opponent got to do what they're trying to do to begin with. The only thing to do is just go into your side deck. So
I'll roll my Rainbow Jam.
Link Kribo is standard. Underclock Taker. I preferred this over the Reproductosaurus because this has more synergy with the fact that I'm playing a more Gumblar-centric build. When you activate Firewall, you're always trying to add 3 cards back to your hand instead of 2. So you're trying to add back the Aqua Dolphin, which is going to give... Because the Aqua Dolphin's always giving you information what your opponent's playing going first, and allows you to fully loop their hand for 6 cards. So this was a lot better than I feel like the Reproductosaurus, even though it has... Like, that card's really good for making Assault. Summon Sorcerers. And then when it's sold, I don't think multiples of this is really necessary. Like, you're not trying to grind this deck. Like, if 2 comes up for some people, that's cool, but if this card doesn't resolve and Summon Sorcerers doesn't leave your extra deck and resolve, you weren't winning that game because you've already invested 3 cards in your extra deck at that point. So I thought this was like a 1-turn win or bust deck that could play a long game if needed. So I thought 1 was good enough. And then Nightmare cards played Mermaid 2 Phoenix. This probably should have been the 2nd Goblin, I think, but I wanted this deck to be able to go 2nd against trap decks, so I played 2 of this. And in the final, so the 2nd one of this came up, but that's the only time it came up. This came up like 3 times, so in the future I probably would play. If the deck wasn't like non-existent after September, I'd probably play 2 Goblin, but it doesn't really matter. Cerebus, Unicorn, it's all the Nightmare cards. Summon Sorcerers. This card's stupid. Like, this card lets you do things that shouldn't be allowed in this game. This is her man. And it's Firewall and Gumblar. Like, my build's very, very centric on Gumblar. I took the same approach to this deck that I did when I played Ying Zing Dinosaur, because cards like Lithosagem gave you the ability to see what your opponent was playing game 1 if you won the dice roll. You got to adjust your play accordingly. Against Draco, you would snipe more cards in their hand, and this is like the same thing as Enter Blathnir, if you ask me. You get to actually loop cards from their hand, whereas extra linking with them would not be as ideal. Especially like Alter guys playing multiple rivalries and copies of Solemn Strike. Like, it's an automatic out to the board. So I don't know. It was good. Like, I strictly never wanted to ever summon Warlord or any other card like that. So that was the only card that could take his place. So I played 6 cards for going 2nd in the mirror. This is the best hand trap in the mirror because against like the rank 3 decks, you take Isolde away because that deck kind of sucks without Isolde, because all the rank 3 cards are inherently reliant on Isolde unless you draw Inherent Summon, Normal Summon, plus an extender like Instant Fusion, which is like which is really, really, really ideal but unlikely. And then against any other variant of Gouki, Firewall is the appropriate target. And this is the best going 2nd, like, out to the board, because this card can't get hit by the Neospatian card, the Aqua Dolphin, because it's over 25, because the biggest monster they summon if they don't play this is Firewall Dragon. Whereas if you do have this, you can actually snipe this card in. So like moving forward, I was considering maybe playing bigger kaijus like the 3300 ones, like the like Lightning Destroyer one, like the machine, the worm one, but this was fine. This was like this came up more against Spiral than anything else, because I played 2 Spiral in the event. This is really good sleeper. Twin Twister, going 2nd sucks, and you need to be able to out traps. And because going 2nd sucks, and you're trying to out like Pendulum board, Altergeist board, you're trying to out like any problem card that Normal Summon or your extenders essentially wouldn't out. And I played, my friend got me on this, I played Yazi, Mirror, and Destrudo. This went into my deck a few times. I didn't see it throughout the entire tournament, and testing was really good. Because normally Armageddon Knight gets you access to this card, and you technically always have, if you have 2 warriors, you always have access to this, because if you didn't draw a equip spell, you summon Armageddon Knight from your deck and send this, because you typically can gun at least like 3 cards of this, because this is going to make you into Yazi, which against Altergeist is not going to get destroyed. If they protocol it, it floats into Mirror. And they can't solo quit a sit. I can't get ringed. I can't the only thing that's outing this play from going through is Rivalry, which you were already losing to Rivalry to begin with, so I didn't really want to worry about that. If I didn't draw any of these other cards against the decks, I wanted to have like a actual monster engine that played through the board. So this is going to pop a card. This is going to summon this, and this can either become in like the Cyberse play I told you about with Underclock Taker and Link Rebo to become full combo. Or it could become Phoenix, pop one, Unicorn, shuffle another. So you're typically gunning at least 3 cards going second with this, if not doing full combo with a normal summon.
Okay. Alright, and real quick, just want to ask, so what was your record in Swiss?
I was undefeated after Swiss. I gave my friend Brandon Sprint the win round 7.
Okay, and you lost to him in the finals, correct?
Yep.
Pure Scotch record?
Yeah, I made the deck to be as consistent as possible and be good against decks that relied heavily on like Widow Anchor and stuff like that. I bricked it twice in the match, which was more than I did the entire tournament, so that's the only explanation I really have. My round 1 I played Altergeist, 2-0, really like Reaper game 1, game 2. I went second with Nightmare cards, so that's all that really happened. Round 2 I played Trickstar guy. Only person that took me to game 3 outside of Top Cut. Draw lock. Draw like reincarnation is pretty good. Sure. Round 3 I played my friend Clark, who was playing Spiral. Game 1 combo, game 2 Kaiju the Sleeper. Round 4 I played Dinosaur Dude. Game 1 Gumblar combo. Game 2 he passed me, so like I was reading like Gamma or something. So my normal summons were like very safe. So I engaged for Kagri back the engage, and then passed.
You want a message?
And then he did like the true. Like he only saw the True King part of this deck. He didn't see any dinosaur cards until later in the game.
In the meantime, I'm gonna go find a lime-flavored beverage in my car.
Okay.
So when I pass, you still can't.
So turn 3, he establishes the Shockmaster card, the VFD, your favorite card, but he wasn't shotgunning the card in the standby phase. So normal summon Armageddon Knight was sending like cards like Necrogardna, Malicious to load up my graveyard for when he ran out of Xyz materials. Then he summons the Conductor card, which I thought was going to be game, but Gardna negated that card, and I took 33. And next turn, Cerebus outed the Conductor. Then I did full combo. So then the next round I played a Mirror, which was my draw on Swiss. Game 1 I full comboed him without Goukis because I drew Soul Charge. But I didn't end on Cerebus or Phoenix, which was like awkward. So he played with 2 cards, so he did full combo, but he couldn't make Trigate 3 ways, or he couldn't like enter a battle phase safely because Necroguard is in my graveyard. So next turn I attacked like 34 with Gumblar over Goblin. I basically just attacked over with all the cards that Trigate was pointing to put him under 8,000. So I was, and then game 2 I just played around hand traps a little too carefully and lost in time because of life points.
Okay.
The next round I played another Spiral as quick 2-0, and then round 7 I gave my friend the win.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Top Cut was Gouki Mirror had a game loss because he put a Founder in his deck, the Noble Arms card, but he didn't have it on his deck list. And then he passed to me. So he went first, passed to me. So he's like, and I saw he's playing Gamma. So I normal summon activate the field spell, normal summon Armageddon Knight. You let it ride. Then I Monster Reborn the Malicious. And try to do full combo, but the extender I needed was the Malicious after everything else resolved. And then he gammaed the Malicious affecting Graveyard. The next turn I drilled him when he tried to do a Sold combo. And the turn after that I killed him, so. And then top 4 was the same guy I drew to in Swiss. Game 1 he showed me 2-card combo and I scooped it in a hand trap. Turn 2 game 2 I like activated the field spell, special to junk with normal Armageddon Knight, and he had Ogre in hand, so he scooped. And then game 3 I charried him for Isolde, because he's playing like the rank 3 Gouki deck. Charity from Isolde, and I had 2 Ogres in my hand, and like Suprex and Living Fossil. And he basically spent his entire hand trying to Gumblar for 2. And I ended with Suprex, Living Fossil in hand, 2 Ogres in my graveyard, and I think like like the sword or something like that, and I drew Armageddon Knight for turn. So
Okay.
yeah, and then I lost my friend Brandon in the finals because I bricked twice out, 4 matches. So it's unfortunate. Like mathematically, like we were talking about last night, if we played out 10 matches, like realistically he wins like 2 of them. But I guess like the few times I did brick out of the tournament was like just in the finals.
Yeah,
so it just happens. Yeah, it's Yu-Gi-Oh. So.
Good job, anyways.
Yep, so. Deck was good. I liked it a lot. I don't think I'd play like a standard Gouki deck moving forward. I think like the higher, like the 60 card, like the dark versions, I have much higher ceiling. So.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Aaron.